Hey guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Happy Saturday, happy Snake Day. Okay, happy Snake Day. Ophiuchus, how you doing? So this was a great day to do your reading, I think. Okay, yeah. I have two songs, two artists this morning when I was doing the reading for Gemini and Capricorn, and I happened to do a reading for them. Ophiuchus, how you doing? How you doing again? And I happen to find these two artists, um, and I really like them. They talk like I talk. They sing like I sing, right? And I want y'all to know it's gonna be a copyright, but I think their music is worth listening to. The first one I found was Tom McDonald, and I didn't know him and Nova Rockefeller was even together. I found him first, and then I found her, and then they was talking about being together. And one of the songs that she chose was, or had him in that. So I don't know if they brothers and sisters, girlfriend, boyfriend. I didn't look that far, okay. But he's a September 21st, so that makes him Virgo Libra, and she's July 22nd, I think it is. That's you. So they makes her, sorry, y'all. Cancer feelings, because she be in her feelings as well. He kind of in his feelings, but hard with it. So that makes her a Cancer Leo. So yeah, I hope y'all can hear it. I really like these two. You have to look at the video. Called The System. You remind me of Eminem. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it, cutting the neck. And this is Nova Rockefeller. Did your best. She's talking about your family, sacrifices your parents, your grandparents did, make regret, in your life. I cried so much after this. That was so good. You know, people make real things we wish we would have did differently. I was thinking about my grandmother, um, how hard her life, her first husband. She married someone coming from a family, just got out of slavery, married someone in the 1900s, and he could mess around with cars, building whatever. So he had plenty of rich people come around, and he fixed on their cars. And all he wanted from my grandma, being an Aries, I don't know what his sign was to be the woman, look beautiful every day, have his kids. That he even let her hire her family in order to cook, clean up, and everything. But if people know Aries, some not all Aries, but most Aries are more masculine. Okay, so she didn't feel right being that way, and I'm pretty sure she didn't mean to hurt him. She just wanted to be who she was. She's Aries, usually a hands-on person. So the marriage started crumbling. The family was mad because she decided to get out. She wasn't happy. She had a son. So that means that they lost their jobs. Okay. So she disappointed the family. Then she met a Aquarius, my granddad. And when she met him, he allowed her to work, be as free as she wanted to be. He worked. They had two daughters, but they had to leave the kids for some reason, whatever it was, because the family kind of like didn't want to talk with her anymore. And she left her girls at home by themselves, had big fireplaces back in those days. Those kids went to warm themselves, and both of them got burnt in the fire. So that's all on her mind, regret, regret. Okay. And then years later, she asked for another baby. They never got married. Okay. And she was darker skinned, beautiful black, beautiful darker skinned lady. And my grandpa was what I told y'all looked like a had where he had Asian blood in him, and Asian and European, so he was brighter skinned. So uh so she had my mom. She asked for my mom. I told her a story about one like a Cupid doll with a little nose. Had problem with my mom because her nose was too small. She couldn't breathe. So she took over some water, whatever, whatever. But years later, he was always messing around over her, and he happened to. They used to go out and dance and do everything together. And then after she had my mom, she didn't want it to end up like her first two daughters, so she started, making sure my mom was okay and started staying home to be a mom. Although she worked very hard as well, but she made want to make sure my mom was okay. And then she had her son. So he didn't want to stop his lifestyle, so he kept on. He was a good gambler, and so he still messed around. Then all of a sudden, some type of way, the wife he married was his cousin, and it was my mom and her went to school together. So they allowed him to take her to dances and stuff like that. So he being type of guy he was, he started going to bed with her, got her pregnant. So the family wanted to keep it hush hush and made him marry her. So they left. My mom didn't know for a long time until he used to come to my grandma's house and pretend like he still was there with them, bring food, everything. They would talk together, whatever, like they were still together. And my mom didn't know till a cousin of hers happened to tell her the truth one day, and it hurt her real bad. And he was getting married that same day that she told him. And her cousin was kind of brighter skinned than my grandmother. So like I mentioned before, my dad's family was all about color. You couldn't marry darker skin. So my grandma went through all of that, okay. And as time went on, she was working for some Italians. She was the top cook. Might as well say it was her cafe. And after years, went by, all that smoking, all that cooking caused cancer. But she could have got over the cancer like her doctor told her she could have, but she just completely gave up. She didn't want to live anymore. So then she ended up having to, she bought her home for like $50, bought a big piece of lot for $50, built the home and everything on a, put a home on, however it went. And so that left her being sickly as she had to move with my mom. And my dad and her couldn't get along. Yeah, I seen it froze. And my dad and her couldn't get along. So, she didn't like the way he was treating my mom. So they would get into it, okay, a Taurus and an Aries, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so, as she got sickly, my mom and my dad broke up. So she had to go and stay with my mom a lot. And then my mom moved to the house, whatever. I remember I was about maybe 2 or 3, maybe something like that. And she didn't want to eat anymore. She would call us in the room, and my mom, remember, that's why I like White Christmas right now. I do. And she used to tell us to eat up food for her. And we little, we didn't know, and my mom thought she was eating until she found out she was letting us eat the food because she wanted to die. So that hurt my mom. So she would start encouraging her because they were best friends, my mom, Gemini, to live life and stuff like that. And my grandma just kept doing things and falling out the bed and all kind of things till she eventually passed away. A lot of regrets I'm pretty sure she had, then that left that on my mom, a lot of regrets and a lot of things she wish, she thinking she should have did differently, and it really wasn't her fault because somebody want to leave here, they're going to do it. So I mean, a lot of that song brought back a lot of memories on a lot of things. Of course, things in my life, and the career moves but I've never been the one to not to try. Whatever I wanted to do, I tried. And then I came when the singing career. Now, as I found out more about Hollywood and control, I know I disappointed a lot of people, and I'm sorry if y'all ever listen to my channel. I'm so sorry for the band that I was forming. But I started looking at how we all was misfits in a way. We were all in Job Corps, had a lot of issues, and Hollywood would have tore us up. And I started, me being older than them, I just started researching it more, and I know they would have tore us up. We probably would have been big because it was like I had myself, um, um, just saying these colors, okay, a white girl and a Spanish girl, okay, and that was before Apollonia came out, and the head man of the Job Corps, he was going to promote us the whole 9 yards. They gave us the whole gym to work in, but I just didn't want to go any further with it. I stopped doing it. I went home for a while to see my boyfriend, and I came back, and I didn't want to pursue it anymore. I just started researching more about that. So I did make a good move on that because I know they were the controllers. I was hooked on weed at that time. I'm pretty sure they would have me on more drugs. And my girlfriends, they were hooked on the Spanish girl. She wasn't hooked on anything, but she was vulnerable for us, looking for love. And things happen to everybody growing up. And the white girl, Nina, she had some issues with her parents, so she came there doing some different things to get high, to forget her problems too. So I knew they would have tore us up. I just regret that I hope they don't feel some type of way. That it was going to be a unique band. It was all different colors, and everybody had their own style, stuff like that. So it's just songs that make you think, and then him talking about the system and how we talk about it all the time, and then how they do the colors against each other and they play with us, so we won't get together and find out what's going on. So those pretty good songs that came out today that I found. I really like them groups, and I listen to other songs of theirs. I really like. They have meaning. They do it with passion, and you can feel that they absolutely feel this way. They're not just singing just to sing. They're singing with passion of how things really are, how people might feel inside. So if you have people in your family, or you, whether wrong or right, you know what I'm saying, try your best to forgive, show love, hug, kiss, whatever, because you never know. You don't want to wait till a person's deceased before you forgive them. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure I got plenty of kisses, plenty of hugs. I have no regrets of my mom. I'm so proud that I always try to push her to be the best that she can be. And regardless of anything that ever happened, because she was a great mom to me. We had, yeah, a lot of things happened, but she was there. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all might not have that experience. Some of y'all moms or dad might not have been there, different things, but you got to come to some kind of common ground of looking at what happened to them and their lives and the regrets they have that they never got over. And some people stay stuck in it and drive themselves crazy, commit suicide, you know what I'm saying? Or leave this earth with those same regrets. And then him talking about the system, all of that shit that you do and go through what I just mentioned, and then the system reincarnates you back to do it again, and probably have you at a lower level than you was before, and you wasn't taught that you supposed to elevate out of those levels to get to higher levels. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, in order to figure out what's going on in this world, you have to figure out what are they doing. You making a stand, finding out who you are. They call it enlightenment, they call it waking up, whatever they want to call it. But it's for you to figure this out, for you to elevate and to have the power. I think that if you want to be reincarnated, it's your choice, not being forced to do it, not an entity or whatever using you to come back and be a slave for them again. In order for I feel that way. You'd be able to go wherever you want to go if you figure these things out. That's just my perception, y'all, of it. Hey, don't matter. Hello, how you doing? You do matter. Yeah, just talking about some issues, but yeah, so that's how I feel about those two songs. It really touched the heart when I heard those two songs. I really appreciate them artists. I really do. Artists that, tell the truth. And you got other artists, that the visuals to me tell the story, and they have a message in it. Oh, hey, Bank. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. For whatever reason you feel that way. Glad to see you back. But yeah, so yeah, so just recognizing what's going on in your life and forgiving people for your higher ascension to whatever that may be, and figuring out this puzzle, this maze, this, you know what I'm saying? Whatever's going on in this world. I think that, you know, they throw all these distractions at us so we won't figure it out, so we can study be who they want us to be. And the lady Rockefeller, she made a song too, as well as he did too, of that very thing of when she got in the music business, she was doing everything that they told her to do. And then now that she been enlightened and reborn and killed the old person who was vulnerable, you know, and now she knows what she came here to do. She's more enlightened. They don't like what she's doing because she's enlightening people. She's opening people's mind. Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause this your ascension. It's you finding out what you came to do and what you need to do. You know, because people don't know. A lot of people lost. I just seen it. Did y'all see China uh had a robot that kills that to eat humans? You know what I'm saying? It's just so many things going on, and you got to figure out what you here for, so you don't have time for no distractions. You don't have time for that chiron of bring you back to childhood and be, yeah, I know, right? And then, bring you back to childhood and throwing that at you and throwing that how your mom, dad, or family don't care about you and stuff. You came here for a purpose. And I think we all need to find out what that is, each one. So it all comes together in order to elevate this, because they're trying to kill this world and go to somewhere else and mess up something else. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I like those two songs. What else I had? Oh, I wanted to find out about today was Snake Day. And why would they have Snake Day unless it just happened to fall on Saturn? Saturn being Ophiuchus, snake being Ophiuchus to me, one of the forms of Ophiuchus. And to have it on Saturn Day is like a slap in the face to me, because of being a female. Snakes are represented female. Oh, okay. Let me make sure I get it. One of us called by Nova Rockefeller's Did Your Best. And the other one is by Tom McDonald, The System. Yeah, I really like that. That was really cool. But yeah, it says World Snake Day, July 16, days of the year. Let's see what they're talking about for Ophiuchus today. Snakes have gotten, okay, something of a bad rap over the past few thousand years. What with that one snake tricking that nice lady and eating an apple way back when, thus condemning the entire human race to mortality. Snakes have been mistrusted, if not flat out feared. And while it is understandable that people may fear an animal that can easily kill them, we think these fascinating, diverse creatures that range from several inches to 30 feet long, and from friendly and docile to aggressive and deadly, deserve for people to find out more about them. Learn about the World of Snake Day. The World of Snake Day is an important day when it comes to increasing awareness about the different species of snakes all around the world. Snakes tend to have a negative connotation. A lot of people are scared of snakes, and of course, we can definitely understand reasons. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like that. No one likes the thought of being gobbled up by a snake. Great creatures, and there are so. Did you know that there are more than three 350,000 species of snakes around the world? Because of this, it is not going to be a challenge for you to find a snake that fascinates you and interests you that you may not have heard of before. Even you or someone who is interested in snakes and you have a pet snake of your own. So this is one of the good reasons why to research snakes and learn more about them on this date. After all, there is so much that you can learn. Now, what I want to do is I want to find out different snakes. See, I love snakes too. Um, they put that fear. I remember my niece, she wanted to be a veterinarian, and she used to keep people's snakes. Like if they go out of town or something, she wasn't scared of nothing. There was this knowledge. Moses' snake ate the Egyptian race of snakes, meaning Moses. Kundalini awakened gave him knowledge that far outweighed the priest. Ophiuchus held the head and the tail, meaning he held all the knowledge. Okay, okay. Thanks for that. I didn't know that. Thank you, Jamie Crickets. Hi, how you doing? Tell me, okay. Venus. The serpent brings knowledge, symbolized Kundalini, and is used by the medical field, which pretty much is the same symbol in Ida and Pagan's rising from the root chakra to the crown alone. Okay, Jamie, teach. Mm-hmm. Okay, about the Kundalini, I found it out like last year, maybe, about that because I went through all of that stuff. But I was interested too in how the gods of the snakes, how Egyptians. Let me see. What is the snake called in ancient Egyptian? According to Wikipedia, the hep cow is the original snake of Egyptian. The hep cow was believed to be both an ancient and eternal god. Eternal god. Okay. How do you say cobra in okay? One of the most venomous snakes in North Africa, the cobra. Why does snake mean snakes in Egypt? What does it say symbolize in Egypt? Egypt, Uranus, snake symbolizes divinity, sovereignty, and the right to rule. It symbolized regency over the lower kingdom. It was also a symbol of protection, both for Pharaoh and for everyday people. So, yeah, just like you were talking about uh, the Moses using the snake. So remember they had the snake also that bit people, and then they got healed, also, and its power. I remember that too in the Moses thing. When they was in the wilderness, symbol of protection. So pharaohs use it as protection. See, I don't think that's why I like talking about Ophiuchus, because I feel like it's more to it. You know what I'm saying? Than just the norm of the snake that they don't want us to know. You know, it says Anubis. I know Anubis is defined with a lion, black dog, or a man with the head of a dog, or more strictly, an animal from a Candanian family, referred to by the Egyptians as a jackal or the wolf. Okay, Cleopatra snake, analytical form of Aspis, name used in the classical antiquity for a venomous snake, probably the Egyptian cobra. Najai, Hajai, Najahaje. It was a symbol of royalty in Egypt, and its bites was used for the execution of favorite criminals in Roman times. Cleopatra is said to have killed herself with the asp, a viper. Oh, really? It says execution. Okay. Oh, Chaos. Apopis, ancient Egyptian demon of chaos, who had the form of a serpent, and as the foe of the sun god Ra, represented all that was outside the order cosmos. Although many serpents symbolize divinity and royalty, that name I just said threatened the underworld and symbolized evil. Okay. And Ra had one. The cobra sits on Ra's head. Okay. Why did they wear a cobra? Pharaohs wore the cobra and the head of a vulture on their foreheads as symbols of royal protection. Okay. So I see some people put snakes on their bodies for protection, I guess. I don't know. I said, well, one more. The frog plague means Moses awoke the people and they were jumping around. The locusts were the people. The consumer, the now turned red means the king's lifeline became red mad through the king's eyes. Oh, really, really? It wasn't a capstone on the Great Pyramid. It was supposed to be the big obelisk still in the ground. It was never finished. It was an early version of the Tesla Tower meant to heal the planet. Okay, yeah. The king and the queen's chambers were meditation chambers meant to capitalize on the energy, the elixir of life, everlasting life. Right. But see, that's one point I met on Ophiuchus too, because they took Ophiuchus off of the birth chart, right? And she was supposed to be right here. The ninth house was supposed to be an Ophiuchus. To me, that means these are places. This means so much more to me than that. To me, this means that immortality, like you say, the energy field of earth, the healing of the earth. See, I'm into Tesla. I love Tesla. I'll be into reading about him all the time. But yeah, and his energy and everything, and there's different points in the earth that are for healing that they have blocked off by the government and beings, so you won't get there because they don't want you to know that you have different things you're supposed to eat and different places you can go to heal your body, and you can stay young and don't get old. But they put all these foods and all this stuff in the air and put oppression on you in order for you to age this body, you know. Brought knowledge to Adam and Eve, but is for some reason mistaken seen as evil by many people. Right. It also symbolizes devil Kundalini, your mother in heaven. Jamie, gotta go. Look forward to seeing you again. I like the Fucus reads. Okay, thank you. See you later, Jamie. Jamie. Yeah. So yeah, they got us all twisted. You know what I'm saying? They got us really twisted, just like the Adam. I think it was okay, this is what I think. I think that each god had a turn. Each fallen angel, whatever you want to call them, each being, whatever, had a turn in taking, like I've told you, I found out about what is his name? Iggy. What is his name? Iggy and now Inky. Okay. And I found out how they did things. I think that each one of them had a time to represent goddesses and king and gods under the order of the most high of everybody that rules everything. Yeah, okay, hold up. Yeah. And they were allowed to take from each planet or wherever they went to, or even this earth, and use the DNA of what they wanted that human to look like and serve for them when they came. You know, the Sophia, I think she did the same thing of being Ophiuchus to me. And I feel that each one of them, you know, arranged the human story to me is their creation. One creation of whatever God that was that needed Adam and Eve to do whatever they wanted them to do at that time to procreate. Because if you look on the story of Adam and Eve on the Audible on the YouTube, it tells a whole different story. It tells that while they was getting created by that God, they were in this cave, and then he gave them things to protect themselves. He told them when they go out the cave to other people that were already there. He had already told them that these people were corrupt. But I think they started having kids or something like that. And the kids started going out and mingling with the people. And there were also other people in that cave with Adam and Eve. You know, if y'all ever listen to that, the book of Adam and Eve, and it tells you a lot of, you know, it listen to the auto, and it tells you there were other people there that's made some other gods that were here. So the original ones, now one story says they were the animals, because you know, if you look at how they got with the dimensions, you got the 1 dimension, the 2 dimension, stuff like that. So the 1 dimension to me is like if we were plants. It's because I believe everything is alive, you know. And we were talking trees, talking whatever. Then they created the animals, just like you say in the Bible, how he created everything one by one, you know. So that's the dimension, the 2nd dimension, you know. Then the 3rd dimension is when whatever God came and he decided to take whatever he was made out of and put the DNA, you know, and make us the way we are now. You know, I put minimal processes or whatever, and take it from whatever animal or take it whatever was here and make the human being now. So to me, saying that is like back to Ophiuchus, that we're not supposed to age, we're not supposed to get sickly. But I think when each one of these gods or goddesses came, they had no use for the rebellious ones who maybe didn't want to go in their order. So they decided to make a new, so they convinced people to get, you know, that's why, remember, they lived like 900 or 1,000 years old and stuff like that. So they started figuring out how to take the elixirs, protect the energy field points in the earth, protect whatever it was, the water that cure you of anything, that make you youthful. They started having, you know, when they said that they block Eden with the angels, with the swords or whatever, where you can't go back there. That's what I think they started doing when they wanted them to die, get old and die, so they can reincarnate them. They didn't want them to go get purified and, you know, and keep alive. So they being as gods, because if you put your DNA in me and you are God, of course I'm going to be something like you, you know. So they figured some kind of way, they figured out by taking Ophiuchus out, by taking this powerful thing out, they decide, you know, being a female, feminine energy, because feminine energy is where it all comes from. And they figured out a way to take that. And that's when I think they started making women bleed, have periods, you know, and pain and birth. I mean, I don't know all the answers, but I'm just saying that it's just something that they done from taking that little simple thing of that feminine energy out, the snake part, like your people say, the kundalini, whatever it may be. But it's so much deeper to me, that, you know, that part about finding out how we can live longer. So they keep saying the area 51 where you at, okay, don't matter, call you that. And but to me, it's like they blocking off where people can go so they can live longer, so they can be healthier and stronger. You know, they taking the fruits and vitamins and plants or whatever it is that you can eat, you know, that you can help your body heal, you know. So some kind of way they captured that feminine energy, whatever one came here. Let's see. Notice the Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. will symbolize a season, and the zodiac, among other things, included 13 people, but people of modern times have only assigned zodiac signs to everyone except one person who is in the middle, the healer. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. They call it Ophiuchus, okay? But to me, it's like Ophiuchus, Medusa, Sophia, uh can't think of one more I want to say who it was. I can't think it is. So when she's right, she's in the middle. She will be right here. You know, she will be right here on the chart. That's the middle. That's that midheaven. Where is it? Yeah. She will be right here in the middle, in the part right here. And they took that off. You're right. You're so right. But that's for us not to know. You know what I'm saying? And to keep their agenda going. So now that why they just passed roll whatever that thing about women and the babies and stuff, because they plan on doing it again. They plan on taking the younger kids and they plan on getting rid of all the rest of us so they can start again and program the kids' mind and program their DNA in order for them to, you know, to serve. And then you look what you got now. You got a lot of kids that are killing their parents. You know, because you like I found before that when you go get a pap smear, they can inject you with whatever sperm or whatever they want to breed their babies. And then people having a baby and your husband or whatever think you messed over them and they got their child inside of you. And then that child grows up, you don't even connect with this baby, you know, and then this child ends up hurting you or killing you because they did something at their doctor's office. That's why I don't trust hospitals. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust them at all. I don't trust them, period. You know, because they took that from the woman. They took that. The woman is the healer. She's the doctor. She's the, you know, the everything in that part that was for her. But they wanted to make money and have power over whatever this entity, God or whoever they was. So they flipped it. Right. Okay. Miraculous conception. Okay. 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 Now that's with the Madonna. Okay. So I don't know how. Now in Vatican they have a black woman that's the Madonna with the baby, and the baby is not a boy. The baby is a girl. Okay. But they switched it to masculine energy. Right. Well, okay. Okay. Yeah. So they switched that to masculine energy because they said it was a son. It was not a son in the original one. It was a girl, you know. So they just, you know, they're just doing too many things. So what are we going to do about it? You know, that's, I always like to have a solution. We can talk about this till we blue in the face. But what exactly, you know, I'm from the 60s. I was born in the 60s, okay? So, you know, in the 60s, we stood. We did stuff, you know, speak on it, act on it, whatever we had to do, you know. And I was young and I was right along with them. I seen a lot, you know, watched a lot. The cowards and the ones that not. When Vietnam was going on, I watched the downfall. I watched the hurt. I watched when they came back, you know, and people were hurt and the whole 9 yards. You know, I seen all of that when I was growing up, you know. So as time, I watched the neighborhoods go down. I watched them being controlled. I watched them take the things. They had game rooms, different stuff for kids in the neighborhood. I watched the dope come in the neighborhood. I watched so many things growing up, how it just tore up everything. And then you had the leaders of the neighborhood, supposed to be leaders, allowing it to come because they got some money under the table. They got some promises that was not fulfilled. So now their kids hooked on drugs. Now their kids don't care about the property that they stole from others and they tricked others to get, you know, leaving it for the legacies for their kids. And the kids don't care nothing about it because they knew their family was crooked. They know their bloodline was going to be crooked as well, you know. So I just seen so many things, but I don't know. I just Just seeing that. Let's see about the Chinese. Just it's sad when I think about how the stuff that you see and the lies and the trickery is just crazy. Okay, the Greek god snake, Asclepus, one of the band of the mythic Greek heroes among us. Argonauts was expected and expert in all phases of drugs and poisons. Eventually, eventually, myth had him evolving into the snake god, and so it was that the snake became an eternal symbol of medicine and toxic toxicology figure. Okay, so that's what they made. I'm thinking started to put up their the man of Fucus. Okay, that's when they started saying it was a man, which I think it was a morphodite. I think women were morphodites because if you made from gods, some of these videos cut later when you have time if you want playlists of knowledge on Kundalini, astral projection, among other things. Okay, I will. I kind of looked at some of it already, but yeah, I will. I sure will. Yeah, so that's I think they were morphodites. I think they had the feminine energy, both. Because if you can't be a god if you don't have both, to me, you have to have that power in order to have both to create, as well as create. Both of them, you create, birth, as well as create. So they separated. They took a fucus and put it as a man, then they put it as a doctor, and forgot about the feminine energy that's so important. Yeah. Trying to see. Wait a minute. What does Ra have? A snake. Isis created a serpent to poison Ra. Really? While some believe that Ra is self-created, others believe that Ptah created him. In one myth, Isis created a serpent to poison Ra and only gave him an antidote when he revealed his true name to her. Isis passed his name on to Horus, bolstering his royal authority. Really? Okay, what did you say? Okay. Is there a difference between snake and asp? Asp is there a difference between snake and ASP? Asp is the modern anglicized form of asp, ASPIS. In antiquity, the name refers to a venomous snake of Egypt from the Nile Delta region and generally assumed to refer to the Egyptian cobra, but a wide array of other snakes were called asp. Okay, let's see. I want to see the Chinese. What is the ancient snake in the Chinese called? The little dragon. There we go to the dragons. The dragons are snakes as well. The snakes was called little dragon, the ancient people in Chinese. And the skin it shed was called the dragon skin. The snake is she, Chinese snake called she. In the Eastern religions of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, I ain't never heard of it, a symbolical, semi-divine race known as the Naga, the serpent, took half human, half cobra form, although they could shift shapes to fully take on one or the other. Now, people would say this is what? The Anunnaki, right? What is the basin? Okay, I see China's always talking about the white snake, a recon or reversion version of the story relates that XUXIAN and BAISUZHEN were automatically immortals who fell in love and were banished from the heaven because of celestial laws forbid their romance. They are reincarnated as a male human and a female white snake spirit respectively, and their story begins. Interesting. Okay, so that's the Chinese legend of the white snake. I know it means something decoded much deeper. The Naga symbol, serpent, Hindu Buddhism, okay, a member of a class of mythical, semi-divine beings, half human and half cobra. Okay, we did that. There are strong, handsome species who can assume either wily human or wily serpenty form and are potentially dangerous but often beneficial to humans. Now, one video I did when I found out about when the beings would come here, the earth, like I say, they would take over for their time. This whatever animal that was here, they would take it, and you got in Adam and Eve, where he said that you will be on. There they go, just taking me out again. I'm gonna wait till they get through. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I'm gonna wait till you get through. Okay. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Okay, I'm seeing. I guess. Okay, so y'all can hear me. Okay, I'm seeing. Yeah, I got connection messed up. Okay, anyway, I was saying about the snake, and then that's where they made the reptilians. That one point that I seen, that's where the reptilians came from. They came to Earth, and it was animals here, and they took the reptilian, then they took the crocodile. Yeah, I want you to get this information out. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, so they made the reptilian, then they took the crocodile, and they made they draconians, different ones like that. But I think they started realizing they were gods as well. So they decided to come against whoever made them. And they realized that their DNA. They realized, okay, if I'm part of a god, then I got God in me too. You know, we need to be really coming together and ignore that color issue, because if you think about it, the color issue only took place because of, I think, whatever came in with the sun. I don't know how the sun got here. I don't, because it was water first, it was darkness. So whatever entity or whoever bought the sun or the moon, whatever the deal was, they had their turn to do whatever. So they couldn't stand the heat. So they had to make people darker skinned, or they came here. That could be the tall black aliens who came and brought the sun. It could be the what they call them, the Naga or whatever, the tall dark aliens that were darker skinned. They could have brought the sun, and they could have brought the skin color with them, or took their DNA and started making animals or whatever, people, darker skin, whatever the deal is. We need to find out. That's all I need to say. We need to stop worrying about what they're doing and learn to protect ourselves, and know that you have the power to stop whatever they're doing. Because if the humans are the ones causing these storms, a neighborhood, a city, a country get together, and rebuke that and get it out and call on who all over, who over everybody, using their power to stop that from tearing up and killing. You just got to know your power. You got to know your power, what you're doing, so we can really find out what's going on before their agenda and revelations get fulfilled. And then we stuck again back in this crazy stuff, getting rid of the old, making them feeble, say that they worthless, you know. Then y'all younger ones, who the teens and the 20 or whatever, they want to take and use your bodies to get these children. They even going as far as 9 10 years old to make these babies come from whatever species that's in that person, that's putting it in that person's body. I had a thing about that other day. I'm looking at my shelves. It was showing that something on the islands was doing that to children. It was not only going to bed with them, but giving them a disease or giving them something, you know, and that's going to cause a whole different kind of chaos that we don't even, you know what I'm saying, can't even handle. So I don't know. It's just a lot of things, y'all. Just a lot. It's a lot, I tell you. I'm just trying to figure out how I go. I'm gonna go ahead and start a little reading and see what comes out. I don't know. I don't think I want to do the shell. Then I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I just hope that everybody will just stop worrying about petty stuff, because these kids do not respect us anymore. You know what I'm saying? They've been hurt too much by the parents that they program. They have programmed these parents to disrespect these children, and then people doing it from hurt. They hurt them, so hurt people hurt people. So that's what the agenda was about, you know. And we got to stop this. We are so powerful. We are just so powerful. And I hate that people don't see that, and they study want to, do petty stuff. It's just petty to me. Okay, look, came up Egyptian travel. I'm move my other cards out the way. See y'all see this rock? Look at this rock. Don't it look like a snake? Look at the eyes right there. Right, Jamie. Generational curses, right? The salamanders repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So whoever in charge want their agenda to keep going, keep being the same. Yeah. Don't want you to look at your future. Don't want you to be Moses. Don't want you to know you Moses. You can part the Red Sea. You can do whatever you want to do. You can stop whatever you want. They don't want you to know that. They want you to be greedy, hungry for money, still doing the same old stuff, thinking money gonna save you because you got all of this stuff back here, you know? And what does that stuff mean? It rottens. You say it's changing, Jamie? I hope so. I hope so. I really do, because a lot of people is waking up. Now, them in Sri Lanka was they remind me of Haiti back in the day when they took over their country. But then they gonna say, you know what they gonna say? They gonna say, well, they don't have the mindset to organize it. So now they need to powwow, you know what I'm saying, and figure out if do you want somebody still over you, or how y'all gonna figure out to keep everything in order for his respect. You know, they got to figure that out. Then you got these other countries that's gonna come, that's probably already there, that's gonna come in and try to colonize them again, or try to put war with them again, you know. So they have to figure that out too. Great, wonderful that they did what they did. And that's hey, but now they have to get themselves protected. Okay, I could see that David and Goliath being ego. You so right about that. Yeah, I know about the water. I think the water every day. I think the water. I think there's so many things. But without water, baby, ooh, baby, please. So what we got? Divine timing. It's time. They keep testing us, but it's time. It's time. Past time. No joke. It is time. Yeah. What? Stop accepting anything. You know. Yeah. Time for the families. We all family. No matter what God came here, they still use the same people's DNA for their creation. You know, I was looking at the movie called they changed the name of it for some reason. It was called the Witch's Son. And it looked like the guy that played one meaning he took a negative storyline, he neutralized it through the polarity of perspective and gave it back. It made it sweet, turning water into wine. Okay. Turn the water, okay. Right. See, that's what people don't understand. It's not a person. You know, it's the leveling up to your higher self. They keep looking for a person or a God to come back. It's not. Of Christ, right? Christ being Christ, you elevating to different levels. People don't understand it that way. They study looking for somebody to come back. That's you are Christ. I tell people all the time, you Moses, I'm Moses, you Christ, I'm Christ. According to how you want to elevate. What kind of respect do you want to do? What kind of, what I'm saying? What do you want? Do you still want to live in the same ways? It's a new lens of perspective, a higher state of being. Correct. Right? Right on time. Right. So yeah, we all part of the same Kabbalah. Okay, tree of life. We all part of that because they started off with animals first. So who would be the, let me see, who would be the animal? You got the septillion, you got the what do you call it? Sextillions, you call them insectillions. The insects also, they here, they got their gods, trying to think of the tree people, which some of them stay hidden. Some people can see them. And I think that's part of Mother Nature's children, because that, a lot of them, they had to hide, and the ones that have to go and be, they say, extinct, because they were brutalizing them so much. So Mother Nature had to hide them. They had to, and trees get up and walk. I seen somebody made a video of that, because they're alive. People don't respect that no more. Why do you have to make every home with a tree? You don't have to. They got sand made out of brick and mortar. You can do it with brick. I really appreciate and admire them countries who make their homes from brick. They don't mess up Mother Nature like that using wood, and they just go making all this stuff and just disrespecting the trees. Because if the trees leave, we all leave. Because we can't breathe without them. Look at that. Bad leaders. They don't want you to know we all can. They just use our DNA. They just use these bodies. They just use us over and over. When they so-called, oh yeah, I was saying about the witch child, witch boy, whatever it is. He proved that this older man that was helping him, he knew the man they had killed him, and he knew he wasn't dead. He knew it was a spell. And then I went back to Africa, where New Orleans, where the zombie thing, that some warlocks, sorcerers can do some type of ritual or give them some type of whatever poison. It's like they would come Sleeping Beauty, and people would think they dead for a certain length of time for them to bury them. Then he goes back to the graveyard. I don't know if he give them an antidote or whatever, and they rise up, and he have certain ones that he can use for his slave in order for them to do whatever that person gift is or whatever he needed them to do, to focus on him. So he would, have people think that he died or whatever, and he gave him something, and then he would rise them up to come and work for him. And then, after he's done with it, well, he's never done with him. I think he owns him or whatever, because they showed a man was talking about it. Yeah, that fish. Right. Mm-hmm. that fish he gave him, that poison fish, but you don't die. You know, only die for so many days or 2 weeks or whatever it is, but you come back alive. Think of how many people have been buried alive when they did ate this unknowingly. But China and Japan, they know about this. They eat that fish, but they know what to take out of that fish in order for them not to have this occur. But I think they use it as a sort of like a going inside and going to other realms, and they use it for something powerful, you know, that we know nothing about, because you know they ancient. I think they were first here, you know, for whatever reason. I think they were first here. That's why they know so much. That's why they talking about making the sun. Who thinks about making the sun? You know, unless you know some ancient knowledge. Now they talking about taking over the moon. So what kind of knowledge do you know? Right. Serpent and not a rainbow to me is the gateway, or the Black Thor movie. That's a bridge. That's a bridge to something. You know, that's how I always felt about that rainbow. Because I don't think it's just, you know, they promised that it wouldn't rain and destroy the earth with water, which that's not even true. Certain parts was, but not the whole earth. But that rainbow is deep, deeper than we think. They always talk about the leprechaun and the gold and something like that. But that rainbow is like a bridge that I don't know who sees it. I was watching, so what was I watching? What was the name of that movie I was watching? I really enjoyed that yesterday. What was the name of that movie? Let me see. And it was a little girl. She was the light. The guards didn't want to believe she was the light, because they were stuck in their ego and they was messing up big time. What is the name of that movie? And she happened to cross the Rainbow Bridge to get back to her family. Y'all have to watch the movie to see what I'm talking about. What's the name of it? That was a really nice movie. Oh yeah, it was about Thor. Valhalla, The Legend of Thor, and it's totally different than the Thor I've seen before. Totally different. So I don't know what year they made this. What is it? Yeah. But she went and she helped to get back organized, because they were very disrespectful. They were very disrespectful to humans. And then they had to remind them that without the humans, you have no power. You know, but they didn't want to accept that a human child could be born of light. You know, it was a good movie. It was a real good movie. I liked it that. Y'all want to watch that? It's a whole, oh, I don't know. I have to write it down, but it's Valhalla, The Legend of Thor. Yeah, that was really nice. And I was noticing Snoop Dogg and Eminem. Maya Dim. Let me write that down. Okay, I'm gonna have to look for that. I'm gonna have to write some of this stuff down. Yeah, I'm gonna look for that. Yeah, but I was noticing Eminem and Snoop Dogg video that they put out about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And they had so many messages. I just see so many messages. But what they did was they had the little cartoon part be about them both being monkeys. Because you know the gods or the beings or whatever call us human monkeys. So they were saying that y'all worried about color when they don't care about now one of us. All of us are monkeys to them. You know, that's what I got from the video. So I kind of like, kind of see the codes that they be doing in these videos. That's why I don't knock none of them. I don't knock none of the videos, because there are codes in these videos. you know. But that was so brilliant by Snoop Dogg and Eminem to let you know, I'm white, he black, but we still monkeys in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call us, monkeys. You know, and what they do with monkeys, they experiment on monkeys. You see what they do with monkeys every day, you know? Lab rats. Same thing they do with rats. We lab rats to them. So yeah, I appreciate that video. What else came out? Reverse. Two of Cups. No peace of mind. And care less the joining of the two. Now that was to me that's Ophiuchus, the male and female by the medical being in the middle, okay, being strong like an eagle flooring. But this is also I did a video on that. That's a lot of countries that are merging together in treaties. Yeah, planet that's what he was showing. Oh, what did you say? Let me see. Right. You see? That's what he was letting you know. You know, it ain't about the black man is the ape that they looking at. They call all humans apes. Shit. They don't care. They disrespecting us, but yet you need us. You know? Because if you get rid of us, you still need us. You still need the children. You still need the babies to come back and serve you for whatever you're doing or whoever you fighting. Because, you know, they fighting against each other, you know. So you still need us, but you want to disrespect us, you know. World. Oh, have ever any of y'all been to the deep World Wide Web on the internet to find out what's going? I'm kind of skeptical about going on it. They say that's where all the thieves and robbers and rapers and drug lords and you know just every horrible person or thing goes and make deals, you know, and child molesters and they doing, you know, the trafficking of the rape, you know, the children trafficking and all of that under the deep dark web. If anybody did that, went into that, because I was scared to go up into that. I don't know if you have to pay for that or what. That's like to me, that's like you know, that's like down here. That's like it's more to this than what we see. You know, it's like well, they say Tartarus, okay, whatever it is. Tartarus is supposed to be where, you know, a lot of the gods was sent to or the fallen angels who did whatever was chained, something like that. But I know it's deeper than that. But I don't know if anybody ever, you know, been down there. I'm just wondering. Yeah. So we got, yeah, it's confusing your mind, stealing your plans, stealing your stuff. Don't let them. They'll do whatever. You got to do whatever too. Now, this is the Asian emperor to me. I don't know what they know, but they know some. That's some smart ass people. Really smart. I remember my granddad, after he did what he did in his life, when I told you that's got Asian blood in him, he wanted to try to kill himself. And he would do different things. And my mom, by him, you know, I don't know if y'all know the story of him, my mom, he had raped my mom and all this kind of stuff. And she still stood by, you know, being a good servant. And she would go and visit him while he was sick. And sometimes she'd catch him, you know, have his head down trying to kill himself because he had caught cancer. And I guess, I don't know, he was guilty or whatever, but she said he never apologized for the things that he did to her. She said, matter of fact, she felt like while she stopped going, she felt like he was still trying to go to bed with her and knew he was gonna leave this world, you know? So he was a hard ass man, baby. He was hard. I mean, one day he caught me in the kitchen. Everybody was in the living room, and I remember I was, well, how old was I? Cause I ain't got no breasts now, right? But I was really flat chested then. Maybe about 10 or 11, maybe younger than that. And I went in the kitchen to get some water or something, and I felt somebody coming behind me, right? And when I got in the kitchen, he waited for nobody to see. And he came behind me and he put his hand, on my breast like that, and it shocked the shit out of me. And I think I don't know if I screamed, but it startled me, and I jerked away, and I ran back in there with everybody else, and everybody kind of looked because everybody kind of know how he was. But he didn't mess with everybody. He didn't mess with everybody. Um, and I ran in there, and it hurt me. And I remember when my mom, I don't know if she told me about it around that age. I don't know, because me and her would talk a lot, but I don't know if she opened up about that when I was that young. I can't remember. But I just got the hell out of there. I mean, I just went outside and went play, and I never trust him again. He would try to give us ride home. Just like, no, thank you, Grandpa. I'm just fine. I'm just fine. Thank you, Grandpa. Now I'm going over here and explore over here. That's something, baby. And Asian blood come from the lot and his two daughters. So yeah, sneaky, deceitful. How much of that we got? All right, broken hearts, left in the cold, abandoned, abused, sickly, can't move around, can't do what you want to do. Money in the economy. This is how they want us all, right? So they can start over. Oh, in that movie, he told that God, Thor, we went to the little girl's family, and he got him some meat to eat. Matter of fact, he chopped up his animal that he wrote down from um, wherever they stay. He he beat it with that hammer, and he made the meat, barbecued or whatever. He sliced it and gave him some. He fed him, but he told them, "Do not break the bones." And Luke or whatever his name, that other one, whatever his name, came with him, and he convinced the boy, the son, to break the bones and eat the what you call it inside your bones? I forgot what you call that. The bone marrow, out of the bones, lying and telling him that he would become a god. So the little boy didn't want to listen at first because Thor had already gave him the instructions. So he went on and listened to Loki. And after everybody the next morning when everybody ate and was full, and he woke up to go bring his animal back so he can go home. So he did something in the sky, and he made his animal come back to life. The animal, the part that the boy broke was his foot, his leg. So he was upset, and he made the boy come with him to go and serve him and stuff. What was I going to say about that? I forgot what I was going to say. Something about the bones. Dang, hey, when I get train of thought. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about the bones and the bone marrow for some reason. Now I'm trying to figure out what it was. Damn. I can't remember. Sorry, yeah. Damn, I hate that. It'll come back to me probably when I get off this video. But yeah, that was interesting, like that, to have the power to, you know, that's like eating an animal and then turn around and you bring the animal back, so there's no disrespect, you know, for the animal. It's like, okay, I need you to feed me right now, but I'm gonna bring you back, and we won't break your bones in order for me to put the flesh back on your body, and you should go along freely. That's some power. That's some power there. All in your head, mental thinking, You know, if you're worried about your money, I hate that we have to worry about money. I hate that with a passion. I can't stand it. You know, they made it where you can't live nowhere or do anything. You can't even buy land, which we shouldn't even have to buy land. You still have to pay taxes. You never really own it. That's that's so sad. That's so sad to me. Things they do. But I'm finna wrap this up, y'all. Again, reverse. Bad leaders, cult leaders, bad marriage. Never be careful who you marry, because my mama said a long time ago that a man tried to get his wife. He married a lady, tried to get her to go to church and stuff. She was real mean to him. Never would go to church with him. Never want to pray with him. He said one day he was in deep prayer. Everything was crumbling around him when he married her, and he was in deep prayer. And at the foot of the bed where she was laying, and she turned to a snake. So take that. You know, back in them days, my mom in them time. Okay, it still happens today. So keep happy, stay happy, y'all, and just find out who you are, even if it gets dark outside. Make sure your kids stay happy. Tell them what's going on. Sit them down so they won't be ignorant. Tell them everything as much as possible. Try not to scam with it. Listen to what they saying. You know, don't shun them and beat them for everything. Listen, you know, even if you can't go outside, just make sure they get the message, you know, as much. These kids know more than what you think. I talked to my 3-year-old grandson and my 6-year-old, 7-year-old grandson and other grandson and granddaughter, and my 13-year-old. They know so much, tell baby. They be teaching me some stuff. So be careful, be wise. Don't be no fool and go the wrong way without planning. You gotta have a plan to do what you need to do. So that dog trying to tell him, fool, you finna go over that mountain. You being too gullible, trusting. Okay. Don't get smoked, like home chicks say. Stay out of jail. Stay out of people grabs, controlling you. Walk away. Some can't walk away. They don't want you to walk away. Some things you may not can't walk away from, but ancient times, see what they did. You know, see what's going on. Research. Let's see. Let's see what this one to say right quick. Thriller ain't got nothing on you. Clean your energy. I'm a genius and you're not on my level. Scientist. See, that's the thing now. Everybody want to be better than every damn body. You adopted or stolen. Don't criticize birth parents. Threaten, accept, loved, support, struggle. Talk about the parents' history. Ask how they feel. Don't put them down. Compare them to parents. Let them meet them if possible. Yeah. Somebody good to you. Why would you feel that way? Lessons. What lessons have you learned? Are you ready to adopt or change directions at any moment? Do we learn from mistakes we make? Are you taking care of yourself? And we got no such thing as ugly or pretty, only your actions. Even that's debatable. Hello, British. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate that a whole lot. Okay. Y'all give me likes up. See, I got 2. They don't be liking my stuff to circulate, but then I hear them talking. But that's okay too. At least they spreading it in their way. But I would like some likes. I do deserve a little respect. You know what I'm saying? Because I try to get it to others when I go to them. That's all I'm asking for, respect. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks, don't matter. See you later. Jamie, the rest of y'all, if y'all here. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. I really appreciate it. And love y'all. Okay, I always watch Predator, the Believers movie. Okay, I'm gonna write that down too. So I didn't forget. Know this old lady. All right, I will. Thanks again, y'all. Have a good evening. I don't know if I'm gonna come back or not. I gotta see what they say. I love y'all. Bye.